Hey everybody, welcome back to the virtual Kinstetch classes. Joe Gambino here. As always, just a reminder, let's do those cars before you get into this class. Always a great way to get the body warmed up, assess yourself, and start to create the control that we need throughout the body. And with your assessment, really pay attention to your limitations, because I think what you'll get the most bang from your buck out of any of this program is you find out your limitations with your cars, you do your Kinstetch stuff, the things that kind of challenge you the most are the things that you should start to create your own personal practice around. Alright, today's class is going to be focused mainly on the shoulders. We're going to add a little bit of some other stuff in here and there. Alright, so I like to get these classes started with a little spine moving. So we're going to come into our hands and knees. And then what we're going to do from here is we're just going to do some general camels. So we're going to come in here. We're going to arch our back as much as we can. And then round our spine as much as we can. We're going to arch again. We're going to go for 5 reps here. And rounding for rep number 2. Slowly arch your back. Make sure you're breathing, and round, making sure your hips aren't moving forward and back. Extend for the last rep, number 5, and round. Alright, we're going to focus a little on the lower back, and what we're going to do now is we're actually going to separate our knees as wide apart from each other as we can. So like we're doing a split, and then when you can't go any wider, we're going to drop down to our knees. Let me just change my angle a little bit here. Alright, so we got that nice split. We're hanging out here. We want our hips over our knees. What we're going to do from here is we're not going to let our head and upper back move. We're just going to arch our lower back and then round our lower back, trying not to let the upper back and head get involved. So arching, make sure your head stays fixed. Just stare at one spot ahead of you. All right, and make sure that there's no moving of that upper back. So we're going to arch, and we're going to round, and we're going to arch, and round. Do 2 more times and arch, round, and then arch for the last rep, and round. Alright. We're going to come sitting on our heels. Alright. We're going to go through and we're going to break down our shoulder cars a little bit. So what we're going to do here is take our arm, we're going to reach straight up as high as we can. When we hit our roadblock, we're going to let our arm rotate. Now I'm going to start to reach back as far as I can. So right now, I'm not letting myself rotate. We're going to reach as far back behind us as we can, and we're going to stop when we come parallel to the floor. From here, I'm going to rotate my arms in all the way, so my bicep crease points towards the floor. And then I'm going to rotate out, have my bicep crease point up towards the ceiling. I'm going to go rotate my bicep crease down again, and then rotate that bicep crease up. And then I'm going to keep reaching my hand behind me as I come back up to the start of my shoulder car. From here, I'm then going to rotate my arm in again. I'm going to reach back behind me as far as I can. I'm going to keep rotating until I'm going to stop. When I'm parallel to the ground, I'm going to rotate that arm out, rotate that arm in, rotate that arm out, rotate it in, rotate out, and then come up as high as we can, stopping here. Now we're going to reach back behind us as far as we can. We're going to go all the ways around. We're going to come down, but now I'm not going to come to my side. I'm going to keep my hand off the floor as high as possible. I'm going to keep my hand here. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to just reach behind our back as far up as we can without touching our back. We're going to hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to reach out. And it is as high towards the ceiling as we can without leaning forward. Hold it here. We're going to bend that elbow again. Reach up as high as possible. 3, 2, 1, and then come back down. Remember, our hands are still reaching up as high as we can towards the ceiling. Last rep, reaching behind as high as we can. 3, 2, 1, come back down. We'll rotate the arm out, reaching back. Come up and around to the top and back down. All right, we're going to switch to the other side. So we'll get set up. Hands and knees. We're going to take our arm, reaching straight up, rotating in at the top of the car, and then reaching back, back, back until I'm parallel with the ground. From here, I'm going to rotate out, rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out one more time, reaching back behind us as we come back up to the top. Staying up here, we're going to rotate in and reach back, back, back. Going through our shoulder car, we're going to stop parallel to the ground, and then we're going to rotate out, rotate in, rotating out, back in one more time, and then back out, so we can come all the ways back up to the top. All right, continuing our shoulder car down towards the bottom. We're going to go all the ways down, and when we get to the bottom, we're keeping our hand off the ground as high as possible. I'm then going to bend my elbow as I try to reach up my back. I'm going to extend, come back out to the side, reach my arm up my back as high as we can. Come back down, and then reach back up, come down, just rotate that arm out, go up and around, and back down. All right, we're going to go a little bit into the wrists. Okay, we're going to do some wrist extension, pails and rails. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have our hands straight out in front of us. Let me get a little closer here. All right, so I have my arms out in front of us. I'm going to extend my wrists, all right, as much as I can. From here, without losing my angle, I'm going to place my hand on the floor. All right, so this should be our end range of active control for our wrist extension. All right, we're going to start with a pails contraction. A pails contraction, I'm going to take my knuckles and all of my fingers, and I'm going to start to gas pedal down to the ground with about 25% max effort. I want to ramp up this contraction to 50%. Ramp it up to 75%, and then ramp it up to 100%. Pushing down now as hard as I can with my knuckles and my fingers. We're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Make sure those elbows are straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now when we rails, we're not going to just lean our body forward. I want you to try to pull your forearm forward and try to lift your fingers and knuckles off the floor. Remember, when we do rails, and especially when we're in the end range, nothing should come off the floor. We should just be noticing muscles on the top of the wrist working really hard to continue to pull us forward, and then we add muscle contraction by lifting with the fingers. We've done that for about 10 seconds now, so we can freeze and relax in this position. Take a couple of breaths, and then we're going to pails again. We're going to take the knuckles and our fingers, and we're going to push them into the ground, keeping our elbows straight with 25% max effort. I want you to push down to 50, push down to 75%, and then push down to 100%. Here we're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rails contraction. Try to get those forearms forward more, and try to lift all those fingers, including the thumbs. Keep on pulling. 10-second hold here for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then freeze and relax here. Couple breaths. We're going to do one more round. We're going to take all of our fingers, including our knuckles, and we're going to press down with 25% max effort, 50% max effort, 75% max effort. Don't forget your thumbs as you push down 100%, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to pull forward more. Try to lift every finger off the ground, including those knuckles, driving your heels into the ground. 10-second hold here for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Freeze, relax here at the end. All right, we're going to do some pronation and supination, the closed chain, so our hands don't move. But we're going to see how my elbows pointing towards the camera. I'm going to rotate my arms without letting my hands move, so my elbows now point behind me. I'm then going to rotate my elbows back out as far as I can towards the sides. We do that 3 more times. Elbows go back behind me. Elbows point out to the sides. That's 2 reps. We got 2 more to go. I'm going to point those elbows back behind me. And then out towards the side. And then we're going to go out behind me. And then back towards the side. We're going to slowly bring our hands out. They're going to feel very, very stiff right now. All right, just move them around a little bit. It's been the end range for a long time. All right, and then we're going to point our hands on the ground with the backs of our hands down. Our elbows are going to be straight. We're going to try to get our shoulders over our wrists. From here, I just want you to make a nice tight grip, as tight as you can. Don't let the elbows bend and don't let your body move back. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to let it all go and relax. I want you to bend all your fingers, make a nice tight grip, squeeze tighter and tighter for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly let it all out. One more time, as tight as we can. Squeeze, 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 that nice tight grip. Holding, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, come on out. All right, we're going to lay on our stomach. We're going to take one hand. I'm going to start with my right hand. I'm going to put it behind my head. We're going to do an infinity hover from here. So we're going to start here, hand behind our head, elbow on the floor. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blade together, lift that elbow nice and high. And then from here, I'm going to lift up off my head. Let's just hold this first one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let's come down and relax. Elbow up, squeeze that shoulder blade. Lift on up nice and high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, we're going to do the same thing one more time. Elbow up, squeeze the shoulder blade. Lift that hand and arm as high off the ground as possible, keeping your ribs down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Let's switch to the other hand. All right, hand behind the head, elbow up, shoulder blade tight. Lift up off your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Rep number 2, shoulder blades up, elbows up, lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. One more rep, lift on up, hand up, shoulder blades tight, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Back over to the right arm, hand behind the head. We're going to do that same thing when we lift squeeze the shoulder blades, getting that elbow high, lift the hand off, hold it in place, keeping the upper arm from moving. I'm just going to straighten my elbow as much as I can, fully straighten so it's like a Y. I'm going to bring my arm down to the side, keeping my hand off the ground as high as possible until I'm making a T. I'm going to rotate my arm in, keep my hand up nice and high. I'm going to drop my arm down. So now I'm making almost a 45-degree angle on my body. And I'm going to bend that elbow, slide up my back, hold above my hips for 3, 2, 1, and come down. All right, squeeze the shoulder blade, lift the elbow, lift the hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And do that 2 more times. Shoulder blade tight, elbow up, lift the hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. One last rep. Squeeze the shoulder blade, lift that elbow, lift that hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. We're going to bring ourselves back up to the top. So we're going to squeeze the shoulder blade, lift that elbow, lift that hand for 3, 2, straighten the elbow, keep the upper arm where it is. Hand off the ground as high as you can as you come up for that T position. We're going to rotate that palm up towards the ceiling. We're going to keep our hand off the ground as high as we can as we come back to that Y. And then the hand's going to bend, come behind our head, hold for 3, 2, 1, and down. We're going to switch to the other side. Hand behind the head, elbow up nice and high. Lift the hand for 3, 2, 1. Straighten out the elbow to the Y position. Keep the hand off the ground as high as you can as we come down for the T position. We're going to rotate the arm so that the palm points to the ceiling. We're going to keep the hand off the ground as high as you can. So we make that 45-degree angle with our lower body. And then we're going to bend that elbow, keeping the upper arm in place. So we reach up our back, hold above for 3, 2, 1, and settle down. All right, we're going to go up from here, 3 reps, holding for 5 seconds. So squeeze the blades, elbows up, lift up for 3, 2, 1, and down. Squeeze the blades, lift the elbows, drive on up, off the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Last rep. Squeeze the blades, lift the elbow, lift up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, let's bring it up to the top. So we're going to come up for 3, 2, 1. Straighten that elbow, keep the upper arm in place. Hand off the ground as high as you can. Come to the T position. I'm going to rotate that arm so the palm points down. I'm going to keep my arm up, 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 back to the Y position. Hand's going to reach behind the head. Elbow stays high for 3, 2, 1, and down. All right. I'm going to hold both arms straight out to the side. We're going to do some axial rotation. So I'm going to reach back behind me as far as I can. Shoulder blades nice and tight. From here, I have my bicep creases pointing towards the ceiling. I'm going to rotate my arms so that my bicep creases point straight down. My hands do not drop in height. They stay straight out in front of me, out to my sides. I'm going to then rotate back out. I'm going to have my bicep creases up to the ceiling without arching my back or lifting or dropping my hand height. I'm going to do this 3 more times. We're going to rotate in as far as we can. rotate out as far as we can. 2 more times. Rotate in, rotate out, and last rep, rotate in and rotate out. Bring those arms down to the side, shake them out. Whatever areas within the shoulders and the wrists that you found to be a challenge, let's add those into your daily movement for the week. All right, make sure you're doing the movement of the week to coincide with this course. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always reach us at par4performance@gmail.com. Hope you guys have a great week.